afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for your patience. We've had some technical issues, but it looks like we've got it all resolved. All right. Thank you. Thank you to our TIS team for getting things up and running for us. We'll go ahead and call our meeting to order. Today it is Tuesday, March 24th, 2026, 5:06 p.m. We'll call our regular school board meeting to order. Before we continue, if you do need interpretation for today's meeting, we do have interpreters available during the meeting. If you need one, please let one of our staff members know, raise your hand or let a staff member know, and we've got folks here who can help out with interpretation. Antes de seguir, buenas tardes, bienvenidos a todos. Si usted necesita intérprete para la reunión hoy día, tenemos intérpretes disponibles hoy para poder apoyarlos y ayudarlos con interpretación. Solo déjenos saber, deje saber a algún empleado que necesita asistencia de interpretación y les podemos ayudar con eso. So again, if you do need some language support, please let someone know, let one of our staff members know, and we'll gladly help out with that. Again, thank you to our team who provides that at every board meeting. We greatly appreciate it. With that, we'll read our board norms and protocols as we do. We agree to respect differences of opinions in making decisions for the district, to follow best practices in managing the superintendent and the management of the board itself, to stay on task when conducting business for the district, including while at board meetings, to never surprise the superintendent or each other when conducting official business of the district, to read these norms at the beginning of each board meeting and at board workshops as a reminder of how to conduct our meetings, to continually self-check to determine if we are following our norms when conducting district business. Again, good afternoon, board colleagues, Dr. Stubblefield, to all of our staff, and to all of the guests that are here present in person and watching online. Welcome, we're glad to have you. With that, Ms. Downing, would you please do a roll call?
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, present.
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, present.
Randy Lopez.
Randy Lopez, present.
Robert Milan Jr.
Robert Milan Jr., present.
Pamela Penn Hicks.
Pamela Penn Hicks, present.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, present.
Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, present.
Great, thank you, board. Is there a motion to approve today's regular agenda as presented?
So move.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any questions or further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Ms. Downing.
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Milan Jr.
Robert Milan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks.
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
And Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Great, thank you, board. Before we jump into our presentations for the meeting, I just briefly want to share something on behalf of the board. Recently, the Board of Education had a thoughtful retreat and conversation regarding our norms that we just read, that we read at every board meeting, and our role as leaders within the district. We agreed to focus and commit to two themes to help us build a better team and to help lead through the two themes of consistency and inclusion. On behalf of the members of the Board of Education, I want to address concerns that have been shared with us from community and from our staff. Acknowledging that what we say publicly is heard and can cause harm. As a board, we recently had the opportunity to reflect and discuss the importance of governing with respect, with dignity, and with collaboration. Understanding that this board sets an example for what we expect. Words and how we use them do have a real impact. We do appreciate the feedback received, and we want to reiterate that we are committed to leading by example, using words and language that reflect that commitment. And we want to ensure that our staff and our community feel respected and valued. Not only the board members, but the leadership and staff of Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools take the responsibility to model respect, professionalism, and cultural awareness seriously. Our district serves a diverse community, and it's essential that our leadership reflects the values of inclusion, dignity, and respect for every student, staff member, and family that we serve. We are all committed to learning together and continuing to work together towards strengthening trust with our staff and our community partners. We appreciate those who have expressed their concerns and who hold us accountable, and we remain dedicated to supporting the important work of our schools and the people who make that work possible. Again, we want to thank you for your continued partnership and for your commitment to our students and the families of our district. Thank you. Next on our agenda, we have several recognitions and awards tonight, and we're going to start with our administrators of the month, Dr. Jones and your team. If you would come forward, good afternoon.
Good evening, Board President Lopez, Vice President Brownlee Page, Board of Education, and Dr. Stubblefield. I am privileged that I have the opportunity to present to you the Administrator of the Month, as well as Employees of the Month. These are the administrators that we will recognize, and I will start with our early childhood. The district leader, Beth Foss, Director of Parents as Teachers from Central Office, if she will come down. Beth consistently goes above and beyond to support her staff and strengthen the Parents as Teacher program. She skillfully balances prioritizing staff well-being while maintaining high expectations for excellence. Since joining the team in 2021, Beth has helped create a more cohesive and compassionate culture by implementing conscious discipline among staff. Deeply invested in the Wyandotte community, Beth is a passionate advocate for children and families. Her leadership reflects a powerful blend of compassion, accountability, encouragement, and reliability. And our staff is incredibly fortunate to have her guiding the team, nominated by Courtney Stoppel. And I will sincerely say that Parents as Teachers is awesome because all 5 of the Jones kids went through the Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools Parents as Teachers. Congratulations to you.
All right.
Elementary, Jerry Cunningham, principal at Whittier Elementary.
She's coming.
Principal Jerry Cunningham of Whittier Elementary exemplifies the district's vision through her strong leadership and dedication to students, staff, and families. She creates a positive, well-organized environment where students know they are capable of success. Her leadership is evident throughout the school. Even the cafeteria, often noisy in some schools, is calm and well-managed thanks to her presence and the expectations she sets for students. Mrs. Cunningham is also deeply committed to family engagement. Her events bring families together so successfully that as they leave, you can often hear them asking, "When will you have the next family night?" Whittier is a stronger, more welcoming community because of Mrs. Cunningham's leadership, care, and commitment to student success. Nominated by Cheryl Owens, and if you ever see her in action, all of that is true. Congratulations. Dr. Sharon Walker, principal of Camber Academy. Dr. Walker is an extraordinary leader who has earned the deep respect of the staff she leads. Under her leadership, Camber has flourished academically and culturally, creating an inclusive environment where students and educators feel valued and supported. She is known for her professionalism, compassion, and willingness to listen and guide others. Dr. Walker encourages teachers to grow and reflect, and many staff share that they are better educators because of her leadership and mentorship. Leading 2 high-need campuses with grace and dedication, Dr. Walker ensures students staff, and families feel seen and supported. She leads with integrity, vision, and heart, always advocating for the success and well-being of every student. Nominated by Renee Downing, Julie Leach, and Michael Cady. Congratulations, Dr. Walker. My fellow instructional coach mate, there we go.
All right.
Finally, Mr. LeBaron Baptista, Assistant Principal at Sumner Academy.
All right.
Mr. Baptista has dedicated his life to education and is truly the calm in the storm. He is one of the best listeners I know, and staff consistently turn to him when they need help processing a challenge because they trust his steady, level-headed approach. Whether working with students or adults, Mr. Baptista takes the time to gather all the facts before making decisions and handles every situation with tact and diplomacy. He is a strong advocate for all students and genuinely cares about their success both in and out of the classroom. It is a priority for him that students and staff feel supported, seen, heard, and valued. Mr. Baptista leads each day with heart and integrity. A true team player, he works tirelessly behind the scenes and never shies away from the work that needs to be done. Nominated by district staff. Congratulations to you. Our employees of the month. I will begin with the classified staff member, Heriberta Martinez, custodian of the Kansas City, Kansas Early Childhood Center. Come on down. Ms. Berta, as she is referred to, is recognized for her outstanding work ethic and dedication to her school community. She goes above and beyond to keep the environment clean, safe, and welcoming for students and staff. Known for her warm smile and positive attitude, she is always ready to help and continually looks for ways to support others. She is also committed to personal growth, working to improve her English while sharing her Spanish with those around her. Nominated by Laura Beard. Congratulations. Finally, our certified employee of the month, Brianna Kanor, occupational therapist. It is Brianna Connor. She is a central office, Silver City, Washington, and high school. Those are the areas that she serves. Brianna is dedicated to strengthening her expertise and supporting her teams through clear communication and effective practices that help students develop occupational and fine motor skills. She also creates a meaningful learning experiences. Recently, she co-led a student-run coffee shop through the SELS program where students built communication, math, that's my thing, and life skills in a real-world setting. Nominated by Grace Peppel. Congratulations, Ms. Brianna Collins.
And as Dr. Lucero makes her way to the podium, thank you, Dr. Jones. Just a reminder to our staff, administrators, staff, employees, and to all of our families, once we are done with all of the recognitions, we will take a quick recess to pause and take a photo with our employees, administrators, and students of the month. So don't go anywhere. You'll have an opportunity for a picture with the board and with your families and those that nominated you from your team. So good afternoon, Dr. Lucero.
Good evening, President Lopez and Vice President Brownlee Page and board members and Dr. Stubblefield. I am excited. It's a favorite time of the month, our students of the month to celebrate. And starting with our, oh yes, you can start clap for them all. It is truly the best day of the month. So starting with our youngest, we have Legacy Viernan.
All right.
Now, he is an early childhood student at Frank Rushton, and he's been nominated by his teacher, Laura Howard, in his recognition for his category of positive behavior. He's in his second year at the pre-K classroom, and he's already emerged as a leader amongst his peers. He consistently supports his classmates, especially younger students, and demonstrates kindness and empathy in all his daily interactions. He is here with his mom, his grandma, and his little brother, and his favorite thing is his mom's cooking and some cheese roll-ups that she makes.
Right.
And oh yes, let's clap for mom's cooking. And then for his favorite thing at school, it's actually his toys. Let's give it up for Legacy.
Right, legacy.
All right. I'm proud to present to you a second grader, Charleston Littleton John. Charleston Little John is a second grader at Francis Willard, and he is enrolled in our dual language program.
Right.
Yes, very excited about that. He sets a positive example to his classmates. He follows direction, he listens attentively, and he was nominated by his assistant principal, who said he is a calm and quiet but powerful leader. I would agree in my interactions and talking with him. He's a reliable and trustworthy member of our school community. He's kind, he's helpful. His favorite thing about school is learning. However, this is a first for me, I must admit. When I asked him what he wants to be when he grows up, he wants to be a streamer on YouTube. Let's give it up for Charleston.
All right, Charleston.
All right, for our middle school student, Carla Franco, an 8th grader, Carl B. Bruce. I made up her last name, Falcon, sorry. Carla Falcon. So she is in the category of service and citizenship, and she was nominated by her teacher, Monica Shores. So she was, she hasn't decided what she wants to be when she grows up, but I decided we're going to recruit her as a SPED teacher. That's right. Because she is, yes, on her own, she's an advanced theater student, but she has decided to help the autism students in a newly designed music exploration class. She said that is her favorite thing about coming to school. She loves working with the SPED students because they're funny and nice. She just instinctively knows how to make the right choices and knows how to help with students who have needs. She is committed and reliable and truly appreciated. Her advice for the other middle schoolers is don't skip, just show up to class on time. So let's give it up for Carla. All right, now we have a 2-time Student of the Month champion, Donovan Richardson.
I'm showing out. So I'm the cat.
Feel like?
Yes, you might have recognized him from last year.
All right, Donovan.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you remember, he still wants to get into ministry when he grows up, but now
right.
he's decided on Evangel University in Springfield, Missouri when he graduates. But
Right. That's a good
he's still a
trade.
junior.
That's a good
And he still wants to be an entrepreneur. And he was nominated for his positive attitude, strong character, and commitment to academic excellence. He is focused and determined in the classroom. His teachers describe him as thoughtful, attentive, motivated to do his best work. In addition to his academic achievements, he's known for his kindness and respect to all those around him. And this year, he even gave up baseball to focus on what he was being called to do. That shows his character to his faith. Let's give it up to
right.
Donovan.
All right, man. Yeah.
And that concludes our Student of the Month. Thank you.
Good there.
Thank you, Dr. Lucero. Congratulations to all of our students, Scholars of the Month, and your families. I believe next up we have Mr. Simmons, who will come forward as we celebrate our winter activities.
Sam Simmons. Bad boy. He's going to Richmond. I told my little friend about the tournament next year.
A little bottleneck.
Okay, sorry about that. Thank you, Board President Lopez, Vice President Brownlee Page, board members, Superintendent Dr. Stubblefield. Definitely my pleasure to bring back to you some of our scholars that all participated in winter activities. That just concluded a couple weeks ago, and all of these scholars that we have here today all participated in their state level activity, ranging from different levels of success, but again, we want to bring them all here to be recognized for sure. The first group that we want to recognize for the first time in 22 years, is that right, Coach?
22 years.
Come on.
First time in 22 years,
22
we sent the Scholar Bowls team to state, and this group finished runners-up and second overall, so that is a huge accomplishment. I'll call them all up, and then we can give them applause at the end. We have senior that are here present, Alexis Gomez, senior Shireen Sadihi, junior Esther Jones, and sophomore Birdie Tix.
All right.
Oh,
And their success lines up with the 22nd year for their coach, Cindy Layton, who is here present as well. And these are our 5A state runner-up for Scholars Bowls. Thank you so much, guys.
Excellent.
And now we will move on to our scholars that are here for athletic reasons. All of these scholars participated in various sports over the wintertime and all participated in state activities. Starting today with our Schlegel girls team. I might be a little biased too, but that's why I wear the neutral colors. Yeah. Starting with our Schlegel girls wrestling team, all state participants, junior Aliana Casares. And sophomore Savea Lyons. They are coached by head coach Clarence Forshee.
very nice.
Next up, we have Sumner Bowling, all-state participant, sophomore Diomi Johnson Helmington.
All right.
She is coached by head coach Michael Gonzalez. And then, so stay up there. Yep. Next up, we have our, let me make sure, let me follow my sheet, sorry about that. Sumner girls wrestling participants. Yep, and then stay up there. Here present, these young ladies all participated in the 5A state wrestling competition. We have junior Marlene Chavez Vega
All right.
and senior Layla Rattler.
All right.
They are coached by head coach Sean Fitzgerald.
Good. All right.
From our Sumner boys wrestling team, we have freshman Malachi Moses,
All right.
coached by head coach Joshua Coquette. From Washington Bowling, all-state participant, sophomore Liam Peck. Coached by head coach Jason Jones.
Jones.
It's a great picture, Coach. What you mean?
Yeah.
From Washington girls team, sending 10 young ladies to state this year, which is definitely a record. Definitely a record for one school. We sent 21 young ladies altogether, so a great accomplishment for our wrestling program. From Washington High School, we have freshman Auburn Campbell.
All right.
Named appropriately.
And freshman Isabella Summers. They're coached by head coach Chad Austin and Mario Rodriguez.
All right.
From Washington boys 5A state participants, we have junior Romel Cole. Sophomore Malik Simmons. And sophomore Steven Summers. They are coached by head coach Chad Austin and Mario Rodriguez as well. And our 6A state participants for girls wrestling from Wyandotte High School. Kind of had a feeling that was coming.
Come alive.
We have sophomore Camila Chacon, sorry. And Angela Cincerios. They are coached by head coach Peter Martinez, but the entire Wyandotte coaching staff is here to be recognized. And the last young lady to be recognized today did something along with two of her other colleagues, high school friends and colleagues at another high school. This young lady actually won state. And that is a significant accomplishment for all of our scholars and scholar athletes that participate. But to go on and win state, we all know is a huge accomplishment. And we did have 3 young ladies win state, but spring sports kind of derail our participation and attendance for some of our scholars. But we definitely want to acknowledge our state champion that's here today from Sumner Academy, junior Angie Mensah. And she's coached by head coach Sean Fitzgerald. Congratulations to all of our scholars and scholar athletes on your amazing accomplishments this winter.
Thank you, Mr. Simmons. And while they're getting their photo taken, again, just a reminder, we'll take a photo with our employees and our scholars of the month, and we'll have your families and those staff that are present take a photo as well. Congratulations. This truly is one of the best parts of our board meetings when we get to celebrate our scholar athletes and the staff that support them, the family that support them. So congratulations to all of you. Felicidades. This is great to see the support that's out here for all of you. Thank you for your hard work and dedication. So we'll take a quick recess while we take a photo with our scholars and administrators. All right. Thank you again, everyone. Congratulations again to all of our employees, administrators, and scholars of the month, to your families, and to everyone in the buildings that support.
Yes.
So important, so great. Again, I know it's a lot of chaos and a lot of fun, but it's great to be able to celebrate the positive things happening in our district. So, and thanks for giving us a chance to go ahead and take a break and take photos with our scholars and employees. Again, congratulations to everyone. We'll continue with our agenda. Next on our agenda, we're at item 5. It's community comment. Again, as a reminder, everyone is welcome to give comment. Just sign up no later than Monday at noon before the board meeting with our clerk. You can email, call to sign up. You'll have 3 minutes. Make sure you state your name at the beginning of your comment. Your time will start. I'll let you know when you have about 30 or 45 seconds. When your time is up, I'll let you know you can finish your thought, and then we'll have to continue moving on. So, and this is a one-way communication, so you can address the board, but the board will not engage in conversation back. So tonight, we do have a couple of folks signed up for comment. First, would invite Tom DeRosa to the podium.
Good morning, Board President Lopez, Superintendent, and the board. It has been my honor for the last 6 years to serve as the NEA KCK president, but this August I will be returning to the classroom. Oh, I'm scared about that. Anyway.
You can do it.
But I wanted to take an opportunity to introduce the new president and the new vice presidents. And this year, we have a unique experience. We've changed our constitution and bylaws, and we now have 2 vice presidents, one for the certified staff and one that will work with our classified staff as well. So I want to take a moment to introduce the board to them. You'll be seeing them a lot up here. But first off, I'd like to introduce from Slagle High School, Miss Leanne Richardson will be the new NEA KCK president. And our new vice president for certified will be from Wellburn Elementary, Maya Ham. And our new vice president for classified could not be here tonight, but it's our own KCKPS homegrown staff member, Avery Jackson, will be the new vice president for classified. So I look forward to hoping that you guys work as well with these as you were nice to me. And we look forward to seeing great things from these people. So thank you for everything.
Thank you. Congratulations. And we look forward to working with you and your team moving forward. We hope you connect with our school board members. So thank you for your service to our district and community. Next up, would invite Miss Louise Lynch to the podium. I don't know if she's here. Don't see her here, so we will continue with our agenda. So next, board, on our agenda, we are at item 4. Would entertain a motion to recess to executive session for non-elected personnel in order to protect the privacy interests of the parties involved under the Kansas Open Meetings Act for 5 minutes, going in at 5:58, to include Dr. Stubblefield, Mr. Goheen, Dr. Pegram, Mr. Hansford, and Dr. Jones.
So move.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions? Ms. Downing?
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.
Robert Mylan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks.
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you. session, please.
So move.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Thank you. Any questions, discussion? Ms. Downing?
Wanda Brownlee Page,
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez,
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.,
Robert Mylan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks,
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's,
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
and Dr. Nguyen.
Nguyen, yes.
Thank you, Board. Next on our agenda is item 5, the consent agenda. Board, is there a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or discussion?
I have one.
Yes, did you want to pull an item?
On item I would like to set aside item I, please.
Okay, sure. We will set aside item I. Would you amend your motion, Ms. Clark, and whoever seconded, to approve the consent agenda minus item I? Are you agreeable to that, Ms. Clark? And then I forget who seconded.
I feel like I did. Well, Mr. Mylan did.
Mr. Miley?
Second, yeah.
You're okay with that? Okay.
Fine, that's fine.
So we will, so there's a motion and a second on the floor to approve consent agenda minus item I. Any other questions, discussion? Hearing and seeing none. Ms. Downing?
Wanda Brownlee Page,
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez,
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.,
Mylan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks,
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's,
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
and Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
All right, thank you, Board. Ms. Penhicks?
Thank you. I would like to explain why I'm going to choose to abstain from the vote on the purchase of the Amplified curriculum. The curriculum is the tool the district uses to guide our teachers as they instruct our students in alignment with state education guidelines. It is vital to quality education that a curriculum is held to high standards, that teachers are well-versed in how to use it, and the academic data supports its effectiveness. On several occasions, I expressed my desire to learn about that proposed curriculum publicly at the board meeting on February 24th, by email, and at our board retreat. I want to say I was warmly received by the curriculum team, who expressed their support for an opportunity to share with me. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, that opportunity never happened. As a lifelong learner, the education process never stops. I believe that if you don't have enough information and/or experience with the subject and are tasked with deciding on $1 million budget purchase, especially with the impact the curriculum has on our students, teachers, and community, that one should spend the time and effort to make sure that your decision is supported. Mine is not, therefore I will abstain. If my fellow board members choose to authorize the purchase, I will pay close attention to the data generated from the use of the curriculum and the educational effectiveness on our students' academic performance.
Thank you, Ms. Penhicks. Any questions or comments on item I additionally?
I appreciate you sharing that. I do just want to clarify, item I is different than what was presented at the last meeting. Item I is what was adopted a few years ago, and it is updated. Doesn't negate that you didn't have an opportunity to talk about it, but I just wanted you to know the other item is separate from item I. It's a different grade level.
There are different grade levels, true, but I wanted to get experience to all of them, and that was my objective.
No, that, I just wanted
Just wanted to
you
share.
to know that.
Thank you for clarifying.
And we can certainly follow up to make sure that you have an opportunity, and any other board member has an opportunity to engage with Curriculum and Diploma Plus to talk about any items around this item or others, so we'll make sure to follow up on that. Thank you, Ms.
Appreciate that.
Penhicks.
Thank you.
Any additional comments or questions on item I?
And
Yes, Ms.
thank you,
Brownlee
Mr.
Page.
Lopez. It might help for clarity if we had the data after using these things. How did it improve our test scores? That would have helped a little bit more.
Okay.
Because we're purchasing things, but we need to know, is it working? What was the data before they begin to use them? Because sometimes we don't always get the data with it. I'm not saying it didn't exist, because the whole key is understanding. That's what I keep hearing. Maybe we're not asking things and we're not understood, but people are asking us, you're spending this kind of money. What was it like before you used it? Now you have it. What's the increase? What did you see? How could we use it differently? If we had more information like that, then that would help with the understanding as to why we had it last year, we're using it this year. Okay, so did we go up? Did we go down? How can we use it better? Who recommended this? Are they using it in other districts? That might help in understanding it better.
Yeah, and we'll take note and add that, but I will share tonight's update is the progress our students have been making academically. So in that report, the curriculum that is being used, the results there will be reflected there. And then when we give the annual update of our CAP scores, we only get those once a year. That is a reflection of our curriculum as well. What we will do a better job of is explicitly connecting it anytime that it's on the board agenda. We'll attach those documents to it and so that you don't have to go back and find it. But when we get to the KISA outcome report, that's the academic component, and all of that is driven by the curriculum that is on the agenda today, and that will come moving forward, but we'll just attach the data around it.
Thank you.
The clock is running. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Brownlee-Page, for that, and Ms. Penn-Hicks. And yeah, I think just a learning lesson on how we can better
Yep,
tie
and
and
we can
identify
easily
that,
attach
the
it,
data
yeah.
to those items that are being up for, or recommended for approval or for action. So thank you. If there are no other questions, would entertain a motion to approve item I from the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or further discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Downing.
Just a second, I just have a question. So originally, when we went through this, we did a motion.
You speak into the mic.
Yeah.
Sorry, we did a motion, and it was to approve the consent agenda without item I. And then we had a first and a second, and then there was a discussion, and you guys had the whole discussion.
Oh, we didn't vote on that
Did not
first one.
vote.
I apologize. Thank you. So let's vote on the first motion that is on the floor on approving the consent agenda minus item I. Thank you.
Okay, so Wanda Brownlee-Page,
Wanda Brownlee-Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez,
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.,
Allen Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn-Hicks,
Pamela Penn-Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's,
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Great, thank you. Do we need to restate the motion and second for item I?
Please.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve item I from the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Thank you. Any further questions or discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Downing.
Wanda Brownlee-Page,
Wanda Brownlee-Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez,
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.,
Allen Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn-Hicks,
Abstain?
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's,
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
and Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you, Board. Okay, next on our agenda, we are at item 6A. Board, these are board updates and approvals, up for potential action if it is the will of the board. First item, it's recommended that the Kansas City, Kansas Board of Education approve the purchase of Amplify ELA in the amount of $926,309.84 and Common Lit 360 in the amount of $185,500 from the Diploma Plus Curriculum and Instruction Materials budget as submitted by Jennifer Kramer, Director of Secondary Curriculum and Instruction, and Dr. Fernandez Flores, Executive Director of Diploma Plus College and Careers Instructional Programs, and Mr. Kevin Hansford, Associate Superintendent, is recommended by Dr. Stubblefield. There a motion to approve?
So moved.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. We'll open up for questions or discussion on this item. Seeing and hear, oh, yes, I'm sorry. Ms. Penn-Hicks, please.
This is the particular one that we originally talked about, yes.
Correct.
I just wanted to make sure that, reiterate that I'm still going to be abstaining because I do want to get that information. So, appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Penn-Hicks. Any further discussion or questions? Seeing and hearing none, Ms. Downing.
Wanda Brownlee Page,
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.,
Robert Mylan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks,
Abstain.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's,
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
Doing yes.
Thank you, Board. Next agenda item, Board, it's recommended the Kansas City, Kansas Board of Education accept the findings and recommendation of the Evaluation Committee and approve SAP Design Architects as the architectural services provider for the Parker Elementary School renovation and the Kansas City, Kansas Public Library Main Branch Replacement Project as submitted by Mr. Wayne Correll, Director of Purchasing, Laura Pellegrino, Director of Libraries, Dr. Pegram, Interim Chief Operations Officer, and recommended by Dr. Stubblefield, Superintendent.
So move.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
I second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or discussion on this item? Hearing and seeing none. Ms. Downing.
Wanda Brownlee Page,
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.,
Robert Mylan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks,
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's,
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
Doing yes.
Thank you, Board. Before moving on, I do just want to say, I see him, there he is, Mr. Correll, Wayne. Thank you for your work on this project and for leading the team and getting us this far. And I see Brad and some of his colleagues here from SAP Architect. We look forward to the continued work on this project. We're really excited. And look forward to seeing what comes next. Board will continue to make sure that you're updated on next steps for this project. So thank you, Wayne. Thank you to the entire team. Congratulations to SAP Architecture Firm. And thank you to our friends from the library board who are also here. I see Jim and Rosalind back there. Thank you for all your dedication and work. Long time that we continue to work on this journey and project, so we're excited for these next steps. Thank you, Board. Next on the agenda is item 7. Board, this is new business. This is up for information purposes only. No action is being asked or requested of the Board, but it's an opportunity for you to review the item, and if you have any questions now, please feel free to share. If you want to continue to review the information, submit your questions to Dr. Stubblefield. This may or may not come back to the Board for action, potential action, at a later date, but this is the first time that you will see this for information. So are there any questions on item 7A?
Mr. Lopez.
Yes, Ms. Brownlee Page.
It says it's informational, and that's good, because we're going to have to look at our budget, and in lieu of what's been happening in Topeka, I'm not saying we don't need buses, but we really got to look at what we're going to use our money for, because there's some major cuts coming down the drain in the pipes. And I know you all know, and we know, and it's not a pretty picture. So we really have to think about how we're going to use our money. And again, I'm not saying we don't need buses, but we really got to look at how soon are they recommending that we do this in line with all the other things that we know we're not going to have the money for next year, and how that's all going to work out. So I hope this is a part of the discussion when we talk about the budget.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Brownlee Page. I know there's a lot of things happening outside of this local community that are impacting us, and so we definitely want to keep an eye on things. And that is a good reminder of our next Finance Committee, which is actually a board budget workshop on
April 3rd.
April 3rd, thank you. Is that at 1 p.m.? Just to make sure folks are aware, 1 p.m. That will be a full board meeting for the budget, not just the Finance Committee. So just want to make sure that that's on everyone's radar. I believe Ms. Downing has sent a calendar invitation, so it should be on your calendars, and we hope you can make it. That is a virtual meeting, so we'll see you all on Zoom, and the agenda will be prepared and ready that week. So that's next week, I believe. So we'll have that ready for you. But thank you for that, Ms. Brownlee Page. Okay. If there are no other questions on that item, again, this may or may not come forward at a later date for potential action. But please, if you have any questions, submit those to Dr. Stubblefield, and we'll make sure that we get any responses or any responses to any questions to the entire board. Next on our agenda, Board, is item 8. We have our reports on our second quarter data. Hopefully you had a chance to review the data. Tonight, we'll get high-level information on the report, and then we'll open for questions and discussion as well. So I see Dr. Fernandez Flores coming to the podium. Good evening. Thank you.
Buenas noches. Good evening, President
evening.
Lopez, Vice President Brownlee-Page, Superintendent Dr. Stubblefield, and members of the board. I'm Dr. Danita Fernandez Flores, Executive Director of Diploma Plus College and Career Instructional Programs, and I am here alongside Dr. Matthew Moore, our district's program evaluator. We are here to share our second quarter update on our school improvement work. Our mission and vision continue to be our North Star. They guide every decision we make to ensure every child is successful every day. As you can see in slide 3, we're currently moving faster towards our 2031 goal than we originally planned. We're beating our own expectations for getting students ready for life after graduation. The KCKPS framework you see on slide 4 is more than just a plan. It is the required model for accreditation that we must follow as a district. Think of it as our official report card progress with the state. It provides the strategic roadmap to use to prove we are meeting state standards and continuously improving our schools for future students. On slide 5, we show that we selected our primary lever for change to be high-quality instruction. We know that the most important thing we can do to help students succeed is to ensure effective instruction in every classroom, every day. We're focusing specifically on how teachers collaborate and how we support students who need extra help. Slide 10 defines what we mean by high-quality instruction. This year, we are focusing on critical element 2. We have trained our principals to look for these specific teaching habits so we can all agree on what a great classroom looks like. I will now review the tool we use to measure the fidelity of implementation of our high-quality instruction across our district. We named the tool LIFT, for Learning Implementation Focus Tool. This tool helps us take a snapshot of instruction in classrooms. It's not used to grade teachers. It's a coaching tool that helps us see exactly where we're doing well and where we need to provide more support. Slide 18 shows our cycle of improvement. We visit classrooms, gather evidence, and then use the evidence to give teachers helpful feedback. This helps them grow, which in turn helps our students learn more. This year, our main goal is to become experts in the second critical element. We want to be consistent in every building across our district. In slide 24, we show our dashboard from December. At that time, we had completed 1,700 classroom visits, and on the scale of 1 to 4, we are scoring a 1.9 for critical element 2, which means we were in the early stages of getting these new habits started. By March, on slide 25, we increased our visits to over 2,300. Our score stayed steady at 1.8. This is actually good news. It shows that even as we look at more classrooms, our teaching quality is staying consistent and reliable. We monitor this data so we can meet our 2031 goals. We want to make sure our students are performing as well as or better than the rest of the state. To get there, our next big checkpoint is 2026, where we aim to significantly reduce the number of students who are struggling at the lowest level. On this slide, you see our building distribution below the implementation category. We have 13 buildings in early implementation, 24 buildings in scaling implementation, and 7 buildings in sustaining implementation. While I have outlined our strategic framework and the implementation of our instructional tools, Dr. Moore will now walk us through the specific outcome data and the impact these efforts are having on student achievement across the district. Dr. Moore.
Thank you all for having me. Thank you, Dr. Fernandez-Flores. Our implementation outcomes look at how students are doing on both their at-risk screeners and then also district benchmark assessments. And the way we look at it is in two ways. We'll start with the at-risk screening data. You'll see here the 3 levels, and this is for the FastBridge math scores, that scaling implementation and sustaining implementation are both around 35%. And that's what we're going to want to see on these charts, is that the blue bars, to put it simply enough, are higher than the gray bar in most cases. Because we have so few buildings in that sustaining implementation level, it's going to be important at times to make sure that we take some caveats, because there's going to be a couple places I'll walk through the data where it might look like we're doing poorly, but indeed it's actually doing well given the samples of the populations they're having. So this is what it looks like for our FastBridge math. Here's what it looks like with our FastBridge reading. For both of those, it looks like the way our theory should predict that the use of these high-quality implementations is driving better results. More students are performing in the proficient range on their FastBridge scores. And these are those same 2 sets of numbers again. When we start looking at the different school levels, we see a little bit different picture. At the elementary level, we see it working exactly as we'd like for math. And at the middle school level, where we don't have any of the buildings in the sustaining category, they're performing well too. At high school, it looks a little wonky, right? Only 11% there are doing it, but nearly 43% in the scaling implementation. This is largely a result of how we run the FastBridge test at the high school level. At the point that a student reaches the 9th grade, once they test proficient on FastBridge, they're no longer tested. And so this sample population is actually biased to have the most at-risk students. Most of the students who would usually score at that proficient level have already been removed from the data. When we look at the reading levels, we see the kind of the same results in there. In the buildings, in the elementary and middle buildings, the results are holding as the way we'd want them. The high school level, we see that drop off again. When we look at, and I'll kind of breeze through some of the demographic ones. If anybody has more questions of details about these, we can go into them, but it would take a lot of time to talk about each one. But when we look at students with disabilities in math, the proficiency scores come out better the way we would predict. And in reading, we see that it is, for the most part, except for on our sustaining implementation, we start to see a little drop off there. But again, the blue bars are driving that. It's a very small population, that sustaining implementation, so sometimes not the best representation. We see the same results for ELL status of our different levels of never ELLs, former ELLs, and ELLs, both in reading and here's reading for those levels, where we see especially two, where the sustaining levels for the former ELLs and the current ELLs are much higher when it comes to reading, which is a very important outcome for us. And we see, when broken down by the federal racial categories, generally we see these trends to hold true as well in doing so, both for math and reading as well. When we switch to proficiency screening, right, our district benchmark assessment, where we look for proficiency overall, we see the kind of the same patterns here, and we want to see the same results, that the sustaining implementation ideally would be highest, but again, as long as scaling and sustaining create more than the early implementation, it provides evidence that our theory is working and our tool is capturing better quality instruction, leading to better outcomes. On the reading DBAs, though, we start to see a drop off here, but this is largely a product of this 16%, they are only elementary schools. We do not have any district benchmark assessment scores for the high schools that are in that category. And so this is a number driven by a series of 5 smaller elementary schools. And so it's hard to kind of see that result from there. But again, scaling implementation's higher, the combined is higher than the early implementation is what we'd like to see. When we start looking at the elementary level, the only place where sustaining implementation is happening, the math district benchmark assessments, we see a big jump for sustaining implementation. And at the high school level, we see that big jump. Now, the middle school, we have kind of the reverse of what we'd like to see. And so there's probably some place that we can dig down there into the data a little bit more. Given that these are building level datas, there's probably something going on there. But for reading, we see those results as well, and that same way. There is that 16% of elementary students that in that first slide were making it look like that group wasn't doing well at all, but indeed, they're outperforming their peers in similar groups. Middle school, again, has a small drop off, but here, that's probably not a significant difference. But we do see a large increase at the high school for the scaling implementation. We see the results for students with disabilities. We see a general trend upward with higher levels implementation on the math district benchmarks. On the reading district benchmarks, the reading ELA ones tended to be lower on these, but again, we see that the middle category is the highest, outperforming the early implementation, and combined, these are good. Again, that's just our elementary students that are in that data, so it is skewed a little bit. If we look by English language learner status, we see results are relatively similar. At the highest level, though, it's not coming through on the ELA DBAs, again, mostly because it's only elementary students that are in that category, and it's a smaller population. And they also don't achieve proficiency at the same rates that the middle and the high school students do. And broken down by the federal racial categories, we see a general good trend on the math DBAs, and also on the ELA DBAs, again, where that drop-off is occurring is just a sample result from doing it. And then I'll turn it back to Dr. Fernandez-Flores.
Thank you, Dr. Moore. While the data provides our baseline, slide 55 outlines our strategic actions for the remainder of the academic year. We continue to support principals with instructional leadership, promoting daily alignment to the grade level standards while improving questioning techniques and promoting practices that engage students in academic discourse with each other. We're also fine-tuning our data analysis protocols that connect critical element 2 scores to student outcome data. Success doesn't come from what we do once in a while. It comes from what we do every single day. We are committed to staying consistent. In other words, being able to review our classrooms and see good instruction happening day in and day out. We are not asking for perfect instruction. The evidence indicates that good instruction, day over day, is where the strides are made in learning. And finally, we want to remind our teachers that we don't need them to be perfect. We just need them to layer good day in and day out. That is how we reach our North Star.
Thank you, Dr. Fernandez-Flores, for the information. I know, Board, that is a lot of information. We'll open up for questions, discussion from the board. I do just one quick thing that I noted is, you know, I know we've changed some of the terminology over the years, but trying to be, again, consistent around looking at scaling and sustaining implementation. And, you know, I remember when we were first presented some of this information with some of that terminology a while back ago, and seeing now the trajectory that we're on, when you look at both of those combined and the continued improvement in all the subgroups and all the different groups, I know not perfect, but we're making that progress. And so for me, that's something that I took note of as I was reviewing the notes. The scaling and the sustaining continue to increase. For the most part, I know we see some dips here and there, but for the most part. And so I think for me, that's, as you mentioned, those two levels that we keep an eye on. It's not perfection that that necessarily is it. It's when we see those two that continue to improve. So I appreciate that and that consistency, and just something that popped out at me as I was reviewing some of the data. Ms. Brownlee-Page.
Okay, I have two questions. And again, I'm gonna keep saying this for the rest of the year. I'm asking for understanding, and parents wanna understand. When Mr. Conrad presented this, the first 9 weeks on your slide 27, and I asked this question because I didn't get it. He said goal by 2026, we reduce the percent of students scoring in a level 1 by 1 student in each classroom. And I asked the question, and you didn't say it, because I don't see him. So I'm just for clarity. He said that 1 represented, he said 1, and I said, wow, that seems awful low. He said 1 represented 11. And I was told they would put this on here so that parents could understand, because when you only see scoring at level 1 by 1 student in each classroom, that's a problem. So if it's supposed to represent 11, I didn't see anywhere on this presentation it said that. And for clarity, to help parents and to help me, because again, I asked if it's 1, wow, that's not a lot of high expectations. And I was told, not by you, but by him, that 1 represented 11. So I didn't see it in the presentation. And then that's my first concern. And then my second, we have a large number of students who are in the 1 and 2 category. How do you tie that in with what you have here? Because it's still, those numbers, when you look at state and national assessments that you can pull off when you go to Kansas testing and all that, we're making improvements, but we still got a lot in the 1 and 2 category. So how do you tie that in with what you're doing here? I'm trying to understand it, so help me to understand so I can explain it to people in the community.
So before they explain, I'll apologize. Dr. Conrad actually is in DC because of the innovative assessment, so that's why he's not here tonight. And he did state 1 equals represents 11, like if we moved 1 student in every class, it would be 11% of our total student population. So we will take note and correct that. So I do apologize for that not being in this particular slide deck. But either Dr. Fernandez-Flores and or Dr. Moore can answer the question about the connection to the state assessments, because if we actually at scale move at least 1 student in every classroom that's being, in all of our classrooms, it would reduce the 1s and 2s by the 11%. So long-term, that's how you would be moving more students out of the 1s and 2s and into the 3s and 4s. But they can talk more in depth by that. Like, it's the
But I think we need to be able to explain that, because I'm struggling with that. And I know parents in the community, those who are trying to understand it too. So I just want an understanding, because if the numbers are here one way and I see it over here, I see some growth. And again, we're working on it. I get that. But you got to make the 2 correlate and show people.
Correct.
We can't assume that they know this.
No, and we're not assuming, so I think your questions are helpful to help us to adapt and adjust what we're presenting. The state assessment is only given, so we see this improvement on our benchmark assessments and the fast bridge assessments. The students are now taking the state assessments. So what is predicted that we should see more students move out of those lower 2 categories after they finish the state assessments and we get the results in the fall. Then once we have that information, that's where we adapt, adjust, and those sorts of things. So when we're given the updates each quarter, you have the lag data from the year prior. So we only get to really see if that's the only measurement you're looking at, you only get to see that once a year. What we get to see on a more frequent basis is the fast bridge movement, the benchmark movement, the assessments that they give in the classroom that gives us more specific information about the students on a regular basis. But you all can add whatever you need to add around that.
So I heard you ask why 1 student, and people wondering why we would say 1 student. We don't want to just move 1 student. We want to move every single student. And we want to paint a picture for teachers that it is possible. And if we can look at the picture in bite size, it gives us an understanding that this goal is reachable for me. And so when we describe it as one, it's to just give the picture that you can move one. And if you're moving one, you're actually moving more because you're also impacting the 10 friends that are around that one. So it's just a figurative language to say it's doable. It's the same thing we did with the North Star. I say every day, I want 100% of graduates today to graduate with a Diploma Plus, and every day I work for 100%. But I also need our staff to feel like it's achievable. So let's break this into bite size, create a trajectory so that we know we're going to put one step in front of the other. But see what happens when we break it down? We start exceeding the metrics that we set in front of ourselves. And so to me, the one is figuratively to say it's reachable. The goal is by 2031, we've moved or exceeded what the state is doing.
Okay. Well, I respect what you said, but for me and for people that I know, if you say 1 is 11, it needs to be in there. I hear what you're saying, but it needs to be in there, and it needs to be clear, because you don't want to mislead anyone. Because when I saw it, I thought, now you got high expectation, but you're saying 1. I get what you're trying to say, but if you say 1 is 11, can we write it in there?
Okay.
If that's what it's supposed to be, it would be helpful. Because some parents may think, well, they said 1, they don't have really high expectation. So I'm just saying what I'm looking with the naked eye. And a lot of people are looking with, that's what it said, but you want higher expectation. I'm not saying you don't have it, but they're looking at what you put here, so they're going to take you literally.
Thank
So
you.
we want to go beyond that.
Yes,
So that's all I'm asking, and then make sure that we can explain and make the connection. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brownlee Page. Additional questions or discussion? Yes, Ms. Penn Hicks.
Thank you for the information. I want to make sure I understand the content and how it informs the board. Still new here, okay? In reading the KCKPS, I guess you call it, report in relationship to the principal's building assessment summary we received, I noticed in the KCKPS report that in critical element 1, teachers with high expectations, there was a significant decrease. And that's in the previous slide on page 26. From November to December, the level dropped from 1.9 to 1.3. In the building assessment report, 50% of the principals at all levels cited as a barrier to student proficiency factors beyond board control, citing social and emotional learning, poverty, trauma, and mental health. They attributed the lack of control over these factors to the use of outside agencies. Critical element 3 shows a serious decline in deep engagement with student learning, from 2.5 in September to 1.5 in November. So I'm asking, is there a correlation between what you're talking about today and talking about higher expectations and what we see in the graphs on your previous slide? That's the first part of my question.
We are not asking principals to enter the data for the other critical elements yet. We're focusing on critical element 2. Some of our principals have been practicing what it would look like to walk into a classroom and look for the moves that describe those. And so the data you see there is from a very small number of walks. I believe one of them, a colleague was sharing with me, was 190 walks. Another one was 100 walks. And so it's not enough walks to paint a picture for that critical element for us as a district. The only critical element that has enough walks and training for all of us so that every eye sees the same moves in the classroom is critical element 2. With regards to the principal documents, I don't have that information, and so I cannot speak to what was written in those files.
Okay. The second portion you have a goal of moving one student in each classroom out of level 1 in 2026. But how does that help address the challenges stated by the principals? And we can discuss that if that's something you're not familiar with. I'm not a mathematician or a statistician, but if you have 55.68% of your students scoring level 1 in math, which equates to about 11,000 plus students, and then your 53.43 scoring in reading, it's over 10,000 students. It will take a lot more than moving one student per classroom to achieve the stated goals of this district in 2031. So while that's not solely addressed by your department, all perspectives and inputs are needed. And I do want an answer to this, or a definition, please. What do you mean by fidelity?
That it is viewable consistently and that it is being executed on a consistent basis.
Okay. So I'm going to ask, do we have reasons to believe that we can achieve our goals? Because I'm not seeing the numbers add up. 5 years, moving 11% of your students, you're still going to have 45% of that group still left in level 1. And I would just like to see, and I know that you're going to focus on 100% of the students, but I think we really need to put the emphasis on the fact that we do need to move more of our students through the process, getting them properly educated. And I want us to reflect that with our teachers and our staff so that they know that our expectations are higher than that. I appreciate you.
Just one point of clarity. If we actually moved just one student, it would equate to 11%. So in 5 years, we wouldn't have any students in ones or two, because it's one student, and I think we just need to do a better job of explaining that. While the students are testing right now, if 11% of them moved, what you would see is that drop down to just, let's say we don't hit 11%, it's 10%, it would drop down to 45. So next year, there's another 10% that moves, so then it's 35. So over a course of 5 years, no one would be in the level 1s and 2. So when we are saying, when we say if you just moved one student in your class, we're just trying to make it palatable. So that people are not overwhelmed, because when you think, I look into my class and 50% of my students are in a 1 or 2, and they have, as the principal referenced in their building needs assessments, the biggest barrier are things that are outside of my control, it becomes, what our teachers have expressed to us, it becomes overwhelming, and they don't think it's achievable. So in order for them to understand that it's actually achievable, if you just moved one student in your classroom, every year, we wouldn't have any by the time over a 5-year period. And we know that's unrealistic, right? Like in some ways, there are gonna be somebody, because there are things out of our control, that would score in levels 1s or 2s. But we do want to minimally outperform the state. That's what we communicate to our teachers, or at least match what is happening across the state, and control what's in our control. But so what I am taking from today for our team is that, one, we need to really think about how, when we put the presentation together, showing that while we're saying if you move one student is actually 11%, and the trajectory around if that happened, what that would mean for our students who are in levels 1s and 2s. And we'll go back and reflect on that, because I recognize, like, we're all saying it and we keep saying it, but there's still a gap between, like, the understanding. So we'll process that and maybe talk to some of you all before we present again to say, here's how we are thinking about presenting it. What does that say? How does that resonate, or what might we be missing before we present it live? So I appreciate the questions, but that is what we're trying to convey. But if we're not, we'll reflect on it and do better.
Thank you, Ms. Penn Hicks. Additional questions or discussion on the report? And appreciate the reflection, Dr. Stubblefield and team, and the questions. I think, how do we share that story differently? That we who were in the district, but also for folks who aren't in education or don't have these conversations regularly, can understand what it is that we're trying to say. So I think these are good reflection questions for staff to take back and to be able to share our story a bit differently, so that anyone that you talk to, a parent, a resident, can understand what we're saying. So thank you for that. As questions come up, please send those to Dr. Stubblefield. I know there was a lot of data and a lot of information, so please send those to Dr. Stubblefield, and we'll make sure if there are any additional questions, we'll share those responses to the full board. So thank you, Dr. Fernandez-Flores and team, for being with us tonight. Okay. We will continue with our agenda. Item 9, we have up for second read tonight, board policy. So I will pass this along to Mr. Goheen. Good evening, Mr. Goheen.
Good evening. I believe this policy is the library confidentiality policy that is up for second read. This policy reflects and deals with individuals who are utilizing the library services and rights they have with regard to their privacy. There were no changes suggested or brought to my attention from the first read, so we'd ask it be approved for second read.
Thank you, Mr. Goheen. Is there a motion to approve for second read the KCKPL confidentiality of records policy?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or discussion? All right, hearing none. Ms. Downing.
Wanda Brownlee Page.
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark.
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez.
Randy, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.
Mylan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks.
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
Dr. Nguyen.
Dr. Nguyen, yes.
Thank you, board. Just a reminder, this will come back at least one more time for a third read and potential approval. If there are, as you review it, if there are questions or feedback that you have, please send those along to Dr. Stubblefield and Mr. Goheen so that he can review those and we can discuss at the next board meeting. Otherwise, after a third read, typically a policy will be approved and accepted by the board after that third read. Okay, next on our agenda, we'll hear from our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Stubblefield.
Okay, good evening and welcome back from spring break where we experience all 4 seasons in 1 week. We did. So I just want to first take a moment to recognize and honor Women's History Month as I sit up here with so many accomplished and beautiful women. This is a time to celebrate the countless contributions women have made and continue to make in our schools, our communities, and our society. In education, especially, women have long been at the heart of shaping minds, nurturing potential, and leading with both strength and compassion. From our teachers and staff to our administrators, board members, and community leaders, we are fortunate to be surrounded by the women whose dedication and leadership makes a lasting difference in the lives of our students every single day. So just want to take a moment to say that on behalf of our district, I extend my deepest gratitude to women who continue to uplift, guide, and strengthen our community. We honor your impact, your resilience, and your leadership. Just a few reminders. We invite you to join us. The SPED team invites you to join them for the SPED Parent Webinar to learn more about resources and supports available to our students and families. The webinars will take place this Thursday. Session 1 is from 1 to 2:30, and Session 2 is from 6:30 to 8. All of that information has been shared on our social media and other places, but if you didn't get it, if you contact us through our website or via email, we'll make sure you have all of those times. Again, want to just shout out the Washington High School boys basketball team for an outstanding season. Right before we went on spring break, they played in the quarterfinals. Unfortunately, they lost to Bonner, but Bonner went on to win the state championship. But it was an amazing game, and the community showed up and supported Wyandotte. And just want to say congratulations to those young men in that team. Just also a reminder, if you know anyone that have incoming kindergartners, Kindergarten is a crucial first step. Kindergarten registration is now open, I believe. Is it open? Kansas City, Kansas Public School will be honored to be a part of your child's life and academic growth. If you know anyone that has a somebody who will be 5 by August 31st, please check with your school's registrar's office. There's also information on our website. And we really, really encourage you to register by June 15th because that helps us so much with staffing. So we'll continue to send reminders regarding that. And then also want to congratulate 2 students from J.C. Harmon who received a scholarship at the Jam Fest, Pursuing My Dreams, the Emerging Leader Empower for Purpose Scholarship, and it went to Ava Guerrera and Oprah Mensai, and so many of our board members were there for that event, and our students received a $1,000 scholarship, and that's all that I have.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Stubblefield. Just a few items I also want to mention. First, congratulations to Dr. Fernandez Flores. She was recently recognized as a Yes She Can award recipient. So congratulations. She was among 9 recipients, I believe. So congratulations on your award. Job well done, and way to represent KCKPS. Thanks for all your hard work. A couple of other reminders and things that have happened, things that I've been attending. Just want to share the mobile mammogram will be coming to Kansas City, Kansas Public Schools on April 8th, April 21st, and April 27th. More information's on our website. We can make sure that we send that information out to the board in case you all want to share that out as well. But I think that's just a great thing, a great partnership for the school district to be able to share and have that in our district, in our community. So thank you to everyone who helped coordinate that. Regarding health services, I do also just want to shout out our Kansas City, Kansas Health Services team and department. I believe next Thursday they are hosting a community roundtable to talk about some of the health services issues and opportunities and things that we're doing in the district, along with partners in our community. So I think this is the 3rd year that they're hosting this in our district. So really excited to hear about the conversations and the learnings from that. That's next Thursday in the morning. So thank you to everybody who's helped organize that as well. Shout out to our dual language department, who hosted a future dual language teacher mixer recently. I heard it was a great success. I couldn't be there, but it was. I heard great things about it, and so thank you for doing that. I know they're working really hard to continue to recruit our dual language teachers, and I believe it's still open for registration for dual language. So if you know any kindergartners who want to enroll into dual language, that registration is still open. Talk to Dr. Rodriguez and her team, and she can share more information on that. On the 13th of March, I was able to join a panel on the Empowering Educators Conference here in KCKPS. It was a professional learning day for our staff, and I was able to join a panel and talk to some teachers and staff at Harmon High School. It was staff from all over the district, but it was hosted at Harmon High School, and talk about some of the work that the board does around policy and how policy is created, and just spaces around creating welcoming and inviting spaces for all staff and scholars. So it was a great conversation with the panelists and with our staff and teachers who were present. So thank you for that invitation. Also, shout out to Emmy Pearson. Recently, they opened a new food pantry within the school. It was provided in partnership with Harvesters, with Hy-Vee, and the KC Dream Center. It's a great pantry. If you have a chance, I'd highly recommend to check it out. Their Faces staff are looking for volunteers to help have people there to staff it, both during the day and then after hours, so that it can be open to the community. So if you're interested, know some volunteers, know people who want to help out, reach out to Emmy Pearson or reach out to Dr. Stubblefield. She can help you connect with them, but they are looking for volunteers. But it's a great pantry, great partnership. I'm going to hold Hy-Vee to it. They said they want a pantry in every single school. So we've got how many buildings? Let's make sure that we have a food pantry in all of our schools if our community wants one in there. I think we have opportunities with our new buildings that we're building, so let's think about that. But thank you for that partnership. It's a great opportunity for those students, and they were great. The kids were amazing. So anytime you're around kids, it's just such a wonderful feeling. And then last, I just want to highlight, I saw Dr. Williams, Lizelle Williams, I think he may have snuck out, but he has helped organize at Schlegel the Real Futures Mentor Summit later in April. It's for scholars 9th through 12th grade, and the theme is Empowering Future Excellence on April 23rd, and it'll be in the morning. And so just want to shout out, because I know he's been working really hard on finding community mentors and ways to support scholars, both internally and finding external partners to help mentor all scholars, but I know he's also been focusing on young men at Schlegel as well. So just wanted to give him his kudos for helping to organize that. If you're interested, would highly encourage you to learn more and reach out to Dr. Williams or Dr. Bilbo Urban, who might be able to share a bit more, Dr. Stubblefield. That's on April 23rd in the morning. So always lots going on in KCKPS, but just wanted to lift up some of those highlights because I think they're super important to share out and that we're aware of them. So we'll open up board members. Anyone else have something else you'd like to share? Brownlee Page.
Yeah, I just want to say, I know myself, Mr. Mylan, Mrs. Egan's, and Dr. Nguyen attended Dr. Clemens' program. And it was phenomenal. And hopefully, I just challenged her, you did this year, what are you going to do next year? How do you top yourself? Because everyone was inspired, the music was phenomenal, and they did give scholarships to some of our students in the area. So just kudos to her and what she tries to do.
Thank you, Ms. Brownlee Page. Mr. Mylan.
In line of that, what Ms. Page just said, to take it a step further, it was very enriching, refreshing, entertaining, and I'm going to use this word, it was very spiritual as well. And the spirituality of that program was great, wonderful, and very, very attaching to the community. And you so exactly right, Ms. Page. You know what you're going to do next year. How can you top that? Because it was top class, a number one. But on one other note, I'm excited and enjoying, it's not challenging to be on the academic committee, facilitated and headed up by Ms. Page, but we had, I think the meeting was on 3/12, the 12th of March, and we had a good positive discussion on how to bridge the gap and bring in the relationships with the parents and the students through programs and events. And we have great people from the community that are very vested and interested in the enriching, having better relationship in academics to take it to another level, as we discussed tonight. And I want to thank our athletic director, who was present as well. And kudos for Brother Sam Simmons, because his leadership is great, and his input, when you talk about athletics and academic, sometimes it crosses paths. When you got good athletic programs, it enhances the academics, and he gave some great input on what needs to be, what can be better, and what is good right now, and what works. I want to commend him on his leadership in that. But you know, it's always work to do, and lack of a better word, I just want to give him a big amen on what he's doing and how he's leading that. Amen. So thank you.
Oh, and Mr. Lopez, I apologize. Thank you for mentioning the academic committee, because myself, Ms. Pam Penn Hicks, and Mr. Mylan, we've been working real hard trying to get parents to come out. Sometimes I think they're misunderstood.
Exactly.
They care about their kids and they want the best.
Right.
And I want to thank Marco Johnson, if he's still in the room. He did a great job too, and we want him to come back and finish his presentation, because we're just trying to figure out how can we use the different mediums that we have to pull our parents in, and they want to see more out there that their kids are doing. We got a television station, we should never have reruns, my opinion, not dogging anybody, but there's enough going on that we ought to be able to fill those stations and tell what our kids are doing and try to get more of our parents involved, because they do care. Some people will say, well, they fuss all the time, But if that was your kid, what would you want? I know everybody in this room, your children may not go to school in this district, but they're in somebody's district, and you want your kids to have the best. And the same is here. And some people just need some help, and that's what we're supposed to be doing. So thank you for, I forgot about that.
No, I didn't.
But we're trying,
Yeah.
and we got to change the date. Instead of April 30th, we're going to have to change the date for the next meeting, and we're going to get that out to everyone. But we're just trying to keep them engaged and give us suggestions on how we can make it better.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brownlee Page. Yes, Dr. Nguyen.
Just again, echo the program at Kaufman. The weather didn't stop us.
That's right.
And so it was truly enjoyable. And then I have a statement. To the Wyandotte County community, at the February 24th, 2026 Board of Education meeting, I asked a question concerning the conference. I did not understand the response. When I asked for clarification, I misspoke, and I immediately apologized. However, since that time, I've been labeled a racist. That label is far from the truth, and my record of standing up for all students for more than 4 decades proves that point. While some of the board members, as well as staff members, may be unaware of me fighting for all cultures, the labeling continues and misrepresentation goes on. For the record, and I'm going to go through some examples, not all of them, I and only one other board member were the only ones who supported primarily Hispanic girls at Harmon getting a softball team. Why they had been denied the opportunity, we knew not. Several occasions they asked and they were denied. In the end, they got their softball team because of our efforts. For the record, I and one other member were the only ones who supported keeping a Latino principal employed when all he asked for was for teachers to come to work on time. For the record, when Hispanic girls were allegedly being sexually harassed at Sumner and other schools, I was the only one who requested an independent outside investigation. No other board members supported that. For the record, when a teacher was calling students at Washington an N-word, we supported the 90 students, gave them our support who walked out. But we asked for accountability. For the record, when the immigrant students are allegedly being bullied, I and others asked for accountability and clarification. For the record, when the coach at Kansas City, Kansas Community College was calling students the N-word, I stood up for the students and helped them graduate. For the record, when in-state tuition was being repealed by the Kansas legislature, I alone stood up for the Dreamers, and they tried to expel me from the legislature, and they lost. The students and I won. The students have been paying now in-state tuition for 10 years. I risked my career because it was the right thing to do. For the record, I was one of few who fought for $15 an hour minimum wage because many of our occupations, our positions, are held by certain groups. It took a couple years for us to get $15 minimum wage here. These are a few examples. Prove that I have been fighting for all cultures for many years. I will continue to fight against racism, and I will continue to fight against character assassination. I repeat, on February 24th, 2026, I misspoke, and I publicly apologized immediately. There are those who do not want to accept my apology and want to continue to divide us. I made a public apology. I remain committed to fighting against racism, discrimination, and I will continue to fight against character assassination. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nguyen. Any additional comments from the board?
Yes. I wanted to say what Dr. Stubblefield said about the Washington boys basketball game. So the only thing I can add is that it did my heart good to look at the coaches who were so invested. And I know that they worked really hard with those young men because they played as a team. They were really, really great players, but what really inspired me was they really worked together and played together. Not the outcome that we wanted, but I just respect that a lot. And then also, it did help too that there were so many Washington alumni in the stands. We were all hot with our Washington alumni sweatshirts, but it didn't matter. It was for the good cause, so we looked good. And so I love that the community did show up and fill up the stands at Kansas City, Kansas Community College. I also got to go to the Shark Tank pitches at the Quest displayed one night downstairs in this building. And we had investment money, and I spent all my money because each student or group talked about their invention. The students looked so good. They were so nicely dressed, and their parents were present to cheer them on, too. And they were just showing inventions like a carbrella, that you could have an umbrella for your car, or a Watt alarm system that would shock the burglar and put slime all over them that couldn't be removed. And they had a spoon it where your spoon wouldn't drop in your cereal bowl. So you could tell that they worked really hard on their presentations, their displays, their speeches. They even made pamphlets, so kudos to that. That just goes right along with Diploma Plus in elementary as we focus on career awareness and those opportunities for students to experience all of that as entrepreneurs and graphic designers, speakers, scientists, et cetera. So it was beautiful to see our students participate in that opportunity. And then I also just wanted to say welcome back. I know that some of us had spring break and some of us had a part of spring break. And I just hope that we have come back rejuvenated and fully rested. And as we head into the final stretch of this school year, I just want to reiterate the thank you for the dedication, care, and energy that is poured into our scholars every day. Our work is making a difference in our community, and we're grateful for all of our staff. And we want to have a strong, positive finish to the year. We got this.
I love that. Thank you, Ms. Strickland-Egan's, for sharing. Okay.
Mr. Lopez,
Yes,
can I
Ms.
just
Clark.
add, and Dr. Stubblefield spoke about it already, just reminding our families about our SPED meeting on Thursdays. It's a good time. It's normally very informative, and so I just know SPED has been talked about a lot, and so I just wanted to reiterate. She mentioned it, but I just wanted to reiterate it for our community because it is being hosted for you. So that is what I will add. That's what I serve on.
Thank you so much, Ms. Clark. And then I'll just add really quickly, I know the applications for scholarships from the Kansas City, Kansas Schools Foundation for Excellence is closed. And so I know they're reviewing those. I will just put in a plug, if you haven't given or if you know of any potential sponsorships that could give to the foundation, all of those dollars are reinvested into our schools, into our classrooms, into our students, and the more money that they can raise, the more in potential scholarships can go out to KCKPS students. So consider giving, consider finding and asking a friend or finding a friend to sponsor and or give. But good luck to all of those applicants. Wouldn't it be amazing if we had enough resources to give a scholarship to every single student who applies? Because there are kids, there are KCKPS kids. So if we could collectively find a way to do that, how amazing would that be? We could fill this room with all the scholarship recipients. So anyways,
President
thank you,
Lopez,
everybody.
I forgot
Yes.
that too. We do have, the Metropolitan Leadership Institute is also offering a scholarship for one student at Kansas City, Kansas Community College and Donnelly College. If you go to mlikck.org, that scholarship is given directly to the student for whatever they want to use it for. So the applications are end on March 27th.
Great, thank you, Ms. Strickland-Egan's.
Take it back a little bit on that.
Yeah, Ms. Penhicks.
This is completely out of state, but Notre Dame is giving scholarships to low-income students, and I would like to encourage our children to reach for that amount of support.
Thank you, Ms. Penn Hicks. You can tell we haven't had a regular board meeting in a while because we've had a lot of updates to give you today. So hopefully we all took notes of the things that are happening and have happened. So if there's nothing else, board, would entertain a motion to recess to executive session for non-elected personnel in order to protect the privacy interests of parties involved under the Kansas Open Meetings Act for 5 minutes, going in at 7:15. To include Dr. Stubblefield, Mr. Goheen, Dr. Pegram, Mr. Hansford, and Dr. Jones.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions? Ms. Downing?
Wanda Brownlee Page,
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez,
Randy, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.,
Robert Mylan Jr., yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks,
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's,
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
and Dr. Nguyen.
Thank you. motion to return to open session, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions? Ms. Downing?
Wanda Brownlee Page,
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez,
Randy Lopez, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.,
Molly Junior, yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks,
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's,
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
Dr. Wynn.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the hearing officer's report?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions or discussion? Ms. Downing?
Wanda Brownlee Page,
Wanda Brownlee Page, yes.
Yolanda Clark,
Yolanda Clark, yes.
Randy Lopez,
Randy, yes.
Robert Mylan Jr.,
Robert Molly Junior, yes.
Pamela Penn Hicks,
Pamela Penn Hicks, yes.
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's,
Joycelyn Strickland Egan's, yes.
and Dr. Wynn.
Thank you. Thank you, board. Thank you, staff. With that, this meeting's adjourned. Have a great night.